All right, NBA action. We're back at it with 2 picks for this webcast. I also have another pick out there, so I'll have 3 picks total today in the NBA. And yesterday we had the Detroit Pistons plus the points. They won in Atlanta. Not too surprisingly, actually. Stan Van Gundy can flat out coach. He's got the pieces he wants. And the Pistons could make some noise. They could be a dangerous team. We're just going to have to wait and see. They got a long ways to go, but I really like Andre Drummond, and I thought they played well last night. Still, first game of the year. Hawks, they're going to be just fine. All right, let's talk about these 2 games I got for this webcast. First one is the Orlando Magic +4 at home versus the Washington Wizards. Let's talk about the Wizards just real fast. John Wall, Beal, Nene. Nene's in a contract year, so, he's probably going to have give a really good effort this year, and then probably sign with Washington again. And they're a good team. They're a good defensive team. But I like the Magic tonight. I like, they have a lot of they have all their key guys back, basically, especially Vucevic, who's an absolute stud, very, very underrated player. Love Scott Skiles. Let's talk about him last year real quick, that team that was under Jacques Vaughn. Offensively, they averaged 95.7 points per game, 49.2 rebounds per game, and they shot 45.3% from the field. Offensively, they were fine last year. They just could not get stops. I thought Vaughn, a lot of people out there talk about how bad a coach Vaughn was. He's the worst in the NBA. He was okay. He wasn't that bad of a coach. On the offensive end, they were fine. But defensively, yeah, they did not do a good job. The opponents had a really high shooting percentage against the Magic. Here comes Scott Skiles now, a guy who can flat out coach. Actually played for Orlando a long time ago. But, in coaching circles, he's very respected. And he's going to turn those guys around. And I think they're going to have a good game tonight. They got some really good guys back. I think Peyton's going to develop into a really good point guard. He's going to have to score a little bit more. Oladipo, solid shooting guard. Tobias Harris, another solid guy on the wing. Aaron Gordon, just going to have to see the high-flying Aaron Gordon, I guess I could say. If he's high-flying, I don't know. He's coming back from injury this year. The kid from Arizona, he could be really tough. But, it's going to be surrounded. The guys surrounding Vucevic and Harris. And it's going to be interesting how Skiles develops his team because they're still young. And if he does, things right, they could really develop into a good team. They're in the East, which helps as well. And I like them. I like them tonight to go ahead and cover this spread and possibly even beat the Wizards in this first matchup. First night, they should be excited. And they have a good quarterback. So let's go ahead. Let's take the Magic here, getting those points in this first game. I know it might be hard because Washington's got the bigger stars, but Orlando, you watch. Scotty Skiles is going to do a good job with that team. Other games, Sacramento Kings +5.5. And I don't love this game as much simply for the fact their name is the Sacramento Kings, and they're taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. And let's talk about the Clippers real quick. Paul Pierce is now there, and they got everybody back. They got Jordan back from that Dallas fiasco. Blake Griffin, the guys. Austin Rivers should become a pretty decent player, now that they paid him some money. Redick is solid. And but they need to win it now or they're not going to win it at all. And I don't think they're going to win it. I don't think they can beat the Spurs or the Warriors. And I think they're going to struggle a little bit tonight as they come out of the gates here against the Sacramento Kings team that's got some talent. And they got George Karl now as a new coach. Like the Magic with Scott Skiles. Skiles is going to come in there and help the Magic defensively. I think George Karl is going to do the same with the Kings. I mean, the only place they can go is up defensively because they were just atrocious last year. I thought they got rid of their coach a little bit too early. Malone, they got rid of him. They should not have done that. Obviously, it came back to bite them. Collison's healthy. Pretty good group overall. And, let's not forget about DeMarcus Cousins. One of the best. Okay, first, let's talk about them last year. Let's go ahead and talk about the Kings. Last year, they averaged 101.3 points per game, 54.1 rebounds per game, and they shot 45.5% from the floor. Sorry, I could barely talk through going over the statistics. They were good offensively. They got some guys that can stretch the floor. Macklemore can shoot. Rudy Gay, he can be hot and cold, but he's a veteran NBA player. DeMarcus Cousins, one of the top 10 players in the league, in my opinion. They got Rondo. Now, Rondo could be great or he could be terrible. I think he's going to play okay. And Collison, he'll do a nice job as well. So I think they have some good pieces, and they got a good coach in George Karl, and I like them tonight. 5.5 is a bit too much, I think. I think they're going to battle the Clippers really hard, especially this first game of the year. They'll be excited. A lot of energy in the building. So that's my 2 plays for today. We got the Orlando Magic +4 against the Washington Wizards. Well, 2 of my 3 plays. So the the Orlando Magic +4 against the Wizards, and the Sacramento Kings +5.5 against the Los Angeles Clippers. Should be some great NBA action, and I wish you guys luck on your plays of the day.